Roll the intro one more time. It's time for Game 3! It was time for Game 3 a long time ago. People keep bugging me. When are we going to see Game 3? What happened to Game 3? When's Game 3 coming? Here it is. I've got time. We don't draft until tomorrow. One game apiece. The Expos hunger for World Series glory. Athletics looking for back-to-back rings. I've got your highlights, and to start off, a lot of yellow and green. Jeromy Burnitz with a man on first base. Spanks one to Moe's aluminum trailer on a bounce. They're off to the races. Caroline will stop at third, only until this ball goes past Pablo Sanchez. Caroline steps off third, retreats, and then on the throw down to second, scores the A's opening run of this game. Burnitz safe on second with a World Series RBI. Here's the A's playing defense in the bottom of the second. Garcia hits a slow tapper to the left side. Bagwell on to first for the out, and then Jeter becomes Mikey Thomas's own personal weight loss trainer. You just gotta love Paul McMichael's commitment to not wasting Derek Jeter's juice. I mean, I don't know, you could run after Mikey Thomas and then you lose too much juice. I'm not doing it. Mikey Thomas is out. That is a double play. Here's more A's offense in the top of the third. Caroline hits a ground ball up the middle. That's past Pablo Sanchez. Luann Louie will score. A's 2, Expos nothing. Derek Jeter, where are you going? It's a good thing he saved all that juice watching Mikey Thomas run. Derek Jeter, after a couple fancy moves, will return to second safely. The torture of Mikey Thomas continues with this Jeromy Burnitz undergrounder. Jeter will score. Caroline safe at third. A's lead 3-0 with no outs in the inning. A's would load the bases. Marty Cordova with a bouncing ball up the middle. Gloved in time for the out. But the A's score their fourth run before ending the inning. Shortly thereafter, we go to the Expos, who are finally threatening to score in the top of the fourth. Man on first and second. The 0-2 offering to Sally Dobbs. Swing and a miss at an inside fastball. Expos really struggling when it counts. We go back to the A's in their fourth inning. Again, Jeromy Burnitz finding the pavement at the expense of Larry Walker's dignity, of course. But don't test his arm. Luann Louie at the last minute turns back to third base. Caroline falls down. Louie is safe. Caroline as well. What a close call for the A's, who keep this scoring threat alive for Jason Kendall. One batter later, it's a 1-1 count on a hook inside. Kendall slaps it the other way. But from the last play, my money's on Walker's arm to get Burnitz at second. He don't. Sally Dobbs looking for redemption from her fourth inning strikeout. Men on first and second, the 1-2 offering from Randy Johnson. It's a drive into deep right field. Running out of room in the alley. It is back, and off the 12th story. One of those Weber twins is going to score. Sally Dobbs safe at second. Green races home as well. The Expos are on the board now late in this game, but they have cut the lead in half. 2 outs in the inning. Lisa Crockett on a hook outside. Finds some good contact and sends it back into right field. Ronnie Dobbs can't come up with it. Sally Dobbs racing to third base. Lisa Crockett heading to second. It's dicey. It's risky. It's backyard baseball. Sally Dobbs finds favor with the baseball gods and scores the Expos' third run. It is 4-3 A's in the sixth inning. Lisa Crockett trying to take off for third base. She's safe at third, but Jose Canseco's having a really bad day. The 0-1 pitch is taken for a strike, but Lisa Crockett takes off for home. Lisa Crockett trying to make it happen with her legs. She can't stay on her feet, trying to force a throwing error to tie this game up at 4 in the sixth inning. The throw back to the plate is going to be in time. Crockett turns around to come back to third. It's a foot race back to the bag. She's going to be out of there. The end of the top of the sixth for the Expos means they're going to have to take desperate measures. Jeromy Burnitz with another rip down the right field line with the bases loaded. That's going to score Luann Louie for what feels like the 8th time this game. Jeter coming home to score. He's safe as well. Caroline on third. The A's lead over the Expos 6-3 in the sixth inning, which brings Jason Kendall to the plate. Men on second and third, and here's a ground ball to the left side. Caroline outruns Pablo Sanchez's throw to increase the A's margin to 4. Cordova up with another big chance. The bases loaded on this 3-1 count. Watch this piece of hitting. Jeremy Brunitz walks home, and the A's have an 8-3 lead over the Expos. Here with 2 outs, Ashley Weber does in fact end the A's scoring because Jason Kendall can't truck Vladimir Guerrero. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Ashley Weber gets a pop fly from Pablo Sanchez here on the infield. She camps under it, looks it in, and that seals the A's scoring at 8. Back to the Expos, who now have some work to do. So here's what's happening right here. The Expos now have to allow 3 runs to score in order to force this game into extra innings, in which then, in the 7th or one of the following innings, the Expos would hope to score 8 runs or more in 1 inning to win the game. The question is, do you let the runs score first, or do you try to get some outs first? Because if you get 2 outs, then what happens is, a player might strike out and end the game immediately. So player manager Jordan Hillig, whom you will hear later in this recording, elects to let a couple of these runs score without getting any outs, partly so that he has multiple chances to get a double play in order to gain a power-up for these offensive innings. But you place your bets now how this is about to work out, while you enjoy his internal and external processing.
What did I just do, and why did I just do it?
Lisa Crockett throws a hook. Ken Griffey Jr. with a big bouncing ball to the right side. It's going to get past Sally Dobbs to Jose Canseco in right.
No, this is exactly wrong. You cannot do this, Jordan.
So the Expos put the winning run on first.
No, this was exactly the wrong thing to do.
Jason Kendall comes to the plate with men on first and second, and no outs.
This was, that's what you get.
Here's a chance at a double play, but Lisa Crockett lays out, and she's going to lose too much time. She throws the third, and Ahmed Khan is safe.
No.
Everyone's safe.
And then everything else has got to take care of itself.
The Expos now need 3 outs and only 1 run to score.
Unfortunately, you put it in a position where the run has to score on it.
Randy Johnson with a shot into right field. Jose Canseco will get the out at second base. Can't get the out at first, and the run will score. But now the Expos are in a tricky situation. They can't let any runs score, and they need 2 outs. They get a strikeout against Ronnie Dobbs. Kenny Kawaguchi on a 2-2 count and a hook inside snags the corner. And the Expos breathe a sigh of relief. Now, Alex Gonzalez batting in the top of the 7th with 1 out, identifies a freeze pitch and puts down a swinging bunt on the third baseline, perfectly placed. He is safe at first base, earning the Expos a much-needed power-up for what will need to be a 1-inning offensive surge. Dmitry Petrovich finds the slow-motion pitch and screams it into center field. He's also in there with a single. Alex Gonzalez stays put because there are 2 outs in this inning, and the Expos can't afford to score until they really need to score now. So Sydney Weber takes a look at this hook, even though it's right across the plate, and takes the strike. The Expos are going to try for the 8th inning, and the Expos decide to get greedy by trying to set up a double play. They walk the leadoff batter, can't get Dante Robinson to swing. He strikes out. Barry Bonds strikes out. The double play no longer in order, and then Nomar Garciaparra takes second base. That run on second must not score. The pitch to Ahmed Khan is popped up. Alex Gonzalez and Sean Green aren't able to talk it out. They fall down. This ball can't get out of the infield. Sean Green recovers it. But now Ken Griffey Jr. is at the plate. He swings and misses. Ahmed Khan takes second base uncontested. And the Expos desperately need this strikeout. It's an 0-2 count. Sean Green going back to the moneymaker. The left hook on the inside corner. Junior swings, and it's a ground ball to second base. The only force out is at first. And Ashley Weber can't glove it. Garciaparra scores. That's it. The Expos end their World Series hopes and dreams in an extra innings fiasco, and the Oakland Athletics are back-to-back World Series champions. We go to the press conference room with player manager Paul McMichael.
Whew, what a night. Man, it's just hard to believe. After an entire season, after all that we've been through, we get to sit here as champions yet again. Game 3 World Series, how much more could you ask for than that? Just such a competitive season, such a competitive World Series, and what a rush to be back on top. I'd like to send my thank yous all around. First of all, thank you to the athletics organization. This really takes an organization-wide effort, from scouting to draft day to trading and trade deadline to all of the logistics that it takes to field the squad week in and week out and make it all the way here to the World Series. It's been a great organization-wide effort. Also like to thank the league, all of the co-commissioners for their hard work. It was a ton of fun to have 14 teams in the league this season, including a bunch of guys in my own family to compete against. And I'd like to congratulate the Expos organization and Jordan Hellwig for a great World Series. It was back and forth even today. Was neck and neck, up in the air, and we're just fortunate enough to make the plays at the right time and be sitting here today as victors. So open it up for a few questions.
Coach, what were your thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, I thought we were pretty slow today. We were slow at it. We scratched that one across there in the first inning. Had a hard time turning double plays all day today. Fortunately, we were able to turn that one that got us the undergrounder, which we were able to capitalize on and score a few runs there in the third. And that made it a lot more difficult on us whenever we weren't able to get those power-ups and convert them into runs. We knew heading into the sixth that we had some work to do. And thankfully, we got some walks, a few clutch hits. The Burnett single down the right field line that scored 2 was huge for us. So proud of the team, proud of them for sticking in there. Sometimes we just need to play a patient game, force the other pitcher to throw a bunch of pitches, wear them down, wear down the defense, and try to claw out a few runs however we can. We were able to do that and score enough to put enough pressure on the Expos. Yeah.
Were you nervous that the Expos were going to make an extra inning comeback?
Yeah, boy. We were nervous. We were sitting in the clubhouse. We knew our number, and we knew what they were going to have to do to try to mount the miracle, and we really thought that they had a good shot to do it. I mean, they're sitting there with 2 power-ups. We knew that anything could happen. We knew that he would be able to draw that thing out as long as he didn't score the 8-9 runs that were necessary to win. So it was going to take, a defensive blunder by the Expos to make the difference and, walk it off in our favor instead of in his. So thankfully, all of that worked out. And when we got the news that it was over, the celebration was on. Yeah, I'll take one more.
How does it feel to win back-to-back championships, Coach?
Whew, yeah. I mean, it's amazing to think, hard to believe. Really excited to add another pennant, put up another banner, another World Series ring for us. Just really fortunate, too, because last season went down to Game 3 against the Bombers. Today came down to Game 3 against the Expos. Either of those series are really resting on a very tight balance. So both of those went our way. We're really, happy that they did. I think it just goes to show the tried and true ways of the athletics organization. The last few years, we've been very systematic about who we want to get on our team, how we want to play, how we want to try to win. So, it's just a rush. so excited, happy for the kids, happy for the team. As a kid, play backyard baseball in the backyard, and play backyard baseball on my computer, my parents' house upstairs. And now to get to play with my friends and to compete last year against just 7 guys, this year against a whole lot more competition, competing against 14 guys, and to come out on top is quite a thrill. So thankful for the season. Hope everyone had as much fun as we did. Hope you had fun covering us, and looking forward to a great off season and reloading for 2020.